What is good? It is your boy, the Anime Youngin, and I am finally back. Now today's video is a bit different. So there's this series called To Uso. It's one of the current airing anime this season, and honestly, I'm really enjoying the series, but it's also, giving me a bit of heart pain, like, honestly, there's two great female characters in the series. You just cannot choose between. You got Lilina, aka Ririna. They changed the name. Her name was Lilina in the manga. And then we have Misaki, the main girl, the first girl that was introduced to this series. Now, for you guys who are caught up with the anime, and some of you who may have read the manga, you would know that if the main character were to choose one or the other girl, the girl who has suffered the most, or go through the most pain in this situation, would probably be Misaki. I mean, it was stated that she is falling more and more in love with the main character every day. So yeah, that's pretty deep. So that can create a nasty situation if the main character were to just fall for Lilina, and she's still falling more in love with him. And in the series, she even says, if she gets a partner, the only one I will still love is you, the main character. She will only love the main character. So that makes this creates a sticky situation. Don't click off the video yet, because I think I know what's going to happen towards the end of this series. So stick around if you want to see what's going to happen, or if you guys, don't spoil yourselves. Do not watch this video. Okay, so before we get into the spoilers and all the theories and all that stuff, I'm going to discuss these two characters and my thoughts on them, and how I feel about this situation. Okay, first off, Lilina. I can honestly say, when I first seen this character come into the series, I did not expect her to have the personality that she has. I actually love her personality. I think if I seen a girl like Lilina in real life, I would probably fall in love with her the instant I even meet her, and hopefully I do find a girl like Lilina in real life. Lilina, or some of you may call her Ririna. I'm guessing they changed the name for I don't know, maybe they had a reason for changing the name in the anime we just don't know about, but her name was Lilina in the manga. But yes, this character, I do love her character so much. I think she is a very caring character. She's very polite. She's also very shy, and she hasn't experienced many things as far as relationships and other stuff like that, and her character can be very cute. And then we have Misaki, the main girl, the first girl we got introduced to. And when the first episode came out, I'm gonna just say this: I already fell in love with Misaki's. Well, I fell in love with the romance that they shared in that moment, and I really like Misaki as a character. First, I was kind of iffy on what type of personality she had, but now I can honestly say I love her character. I feel like she actually cares for the main character more than any other character in this series, and you can honestly see that. And let me just say that the romance between Misaki and the main character is a lot stronger. Matter of fact, before I go any further, let me just say this: if you guys do not want to be spoiled, do not continue, because I will be, saying a lot of spoilers. I am a manga reader. This is for the people who really want to find out, or if they're caught up to where I'm caught up. I'm caught up to the recent chapter. Like, the day this video was uploaded I'm caught up. I'm up to date, okay? I'm up to date. So, yeah, I know everything that happened, and I think I may have just figured out how this thing is going to end. Not only that, recently a friend of mine sent me, I think, a leaked chapter cover for To Uso that is, I think it was leaked in Japan, but somehow I don't know how my friend got this photo or how he got this picture. But if you guys don't want to be spoiled, do not go any further. I'm about to show you the picture, okay? So this is the picture. I I think for one of the final chapters of To Uso, most likely. Hmm. Well, that picture looks awfully a lot like it could be, it could be related to Masaki. That's all I'm saying. You know, like if you really look at the character, it looks like, it could be Masaki's daughter or something. But yeah, I'm just showing you guys. Um, I was actually spoiled by my friend, and a lot of you probably wanted to be spoiled if you clicked on this video, or if any of you were caught up with the manga and just cannot wait to see, or figure out how it's going to end. um, I think this video will be, good for you, or this video will be for those type of people. If you did not want to be spoiled, that was all your fault. I warned you. Like I said that you would be spoiled, but I can't really confirm that picture 100%. But it looks legit. It looked legit, it's on the real side, But let me go ahead and continue with what I was saying. I'm going to explain everything, so just stick around. I actually had to go back and read a few things just to make sure that my theory was correct. And if you guys really want to hear my theory, which I am at least 90% sure that my theory is correct, because everything falls into place, everything makes sense, and I'm gonna explain everything. But first, I kind of want to talk about Masaki's character real fast. Now look, I'm gonna say this. I'm not choosing, looks or anything like that as far as who I think the main character should be with. It's not about looks or anything like that. It's about how strong the romance is and who I think really should be with the main character, because like another YouTuber I know said, his name is Chibi. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know who Chibi reviews. You know who he is. So yeah, he said that love is, not logical, which is correct. Love is not logical. If the government, is saying that, this person is more fitting to be with you, or this is who you be compatible with, that might be true. Like you might be really compatible with that person, but is the love legit? Like, can you really love that person just as much as you're compatible with them? Or love is not. You can't really control who you love. Once you love somebody, you love that person. There's nothing you can really do about it. And another thing, the author of this series is actually a fan of William Shakespeare and Romeo and Juliet and all that good stuff. As much as he brings it up in this series, you always will hear this type of conversation, like two lovers going against the world, or you always see that brought up in this series. Like the characters, they're about to have a play, and they're doing Romeo and Juliet, and that's about to come up. Or you'll see it in the conversations, like the dialogue between the characters. They'll bring up stuff like this. You can really see how much the author is thinking about this stuff. I'm gonna say this again. If you don't want to be spoiled, do not continue with this video. Okay, now I can't help you. So anyway, in the manga, we see that, from everything we've seen from the manga till the recent chapter, we see that the main character is starting to develop, feelings for Lilina, but has been in love with Masaki, and is still in love with Masaki. Which Masaki, she is actually growing more and more in love with him every day. Okay, the way the author is writing Masaki, he's making it seem as if, he can't just throw her away. He's setting it up to where she's falling more and more in love with the main character. That might actually be a problem if the main character were to stop feeling for Masaki. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to go that route. Now, let's move on to the interesting part, okay? Now, at the beginning of the series, we see Masaki, she was actually supposed to be his partner at first, right? But that was actually changed, and his arranged partner was switched to Lilina or Ririna. And as we can see, Masaki has this friend with white hair who is connected to, the government, and I guess her grandmother. I forgot if it was her great grandmother or something. Let's just say her grandmother was in charge of arranging the marriages, right? In this series, we see that Masaki doesn't actually get an arranged partner. And another thing, this character with the white hair, this girl, Masaki's friend, they weren't actually they weren't actually the bestest friends. But for some reason, this character is so worried about Masaki. She is literally like about to cry over Masaki in some scenes in the manga. And she's trying to put the main character and Masaki together, you know? But she's doing it in a way where it's not normal, Like there's something going on that the author isn't telling us. And Masaki is definitely hiding something from us. And we're just left in the dark. Like a lot of us don't know what's going on. But I actually went back, read a few parts just to make sure, my theory was correct. And everything is fitting into place. If I'm wrong, like, okay, the season might actually end. I don't know if they're gonna end differently from the manga, or if they're gonna rush things and make an original ending or something like that. I don't know. But if it doesn't end the way I'm saying it's gonna end, you can come back in this video and you can comment L's. Just comment L's all in the comments, okay? So yeah. But now listen. This is what I think is going on. The reason Masaki does not have an arranged partner and cannot get one. And the reason there was a cliffhanger, I think it was like on chapter 153 or something. I would have to check again. I'm gonna actually check. The reason there was a cliffhanger of Masaki like meeting up with some man. I don't know if it was a doctor or whatever, but I think there is something wrong with something going on with Masaki. She loves the main character, but there's something she needs to protect, you know? And she's saying, if you choose me, will you still be happy in the end? What does she mean by that? Well, this is what I think. I think there's something going on with Masaki. Possibly she has an illness. I mean, why else would her white haired friend all of a sudden be caring so much about her? And what else would be the reason for her not getting an arranged partner, or, her having an arranged partner, but that being taken away? There's either two reasons for that. Either her white haired friend did something so that, her and the main character could be together, or either the government was about to allow them to be together, but they had to change something because there was probably something on her record, or illness or anything like that, And I think actually her friend with the white hair is probably the only one who actually knows what's going on. And I feel like that's hinted throughout the manga. If you actually read it, like if there's any of you who are still watching this video, even though I told you not to watch it and you're spoiling yourself, like read thoroughly through the manga if you're gonna read the manga. Why would her friend care about Masaki this much to the point where she'd be crying about Masaki? Masaki has been hiding something throughout this whole story, and at first I thought it was just I think she just wanted to protect the main character and his feelings and how he feels, because maybe say they get together and the main character might start falling for Lelina too, which he is. I think he has developed feelings for Lelina, but I don't think he's as in love with Lelina as much as he is Masaki. And I honestly think if the main character were to choose one or the other, the only character who would truly suffer is Masaki. I think Lelina may feel some type of way. I think she has developed feelings for the main character, but not as much as Masaki. We can clearly see that, unless she's still growing feelings and she gets to that point that Masaki is on. But as of this moment, and where the manga is at, she is not. I don't think she's on the level as much as in love with the main character as Masaki is. I think she does deeply care about the main character, and I think they both have gained feelings for each other. And I think that Lelina is just so compatible with the main character. And I think they're starting to really show that. Like, she's so interested in the things that, the main character is interested in. And she really thinks, he's cool because of that. Like, because of the stuff he's interested in, you know? and I like how compatible they are, how they work with each other. But the thing is, with this series, what really like gets under my skin, what really makes me upset in a way, but I kind of enjoy it. Like I enjoy being upset. I can't even explain this, but say you love a person, you love that person, right? Regardless of anybody else coming into your life, you love who you love, you know? I think the couple that was started off with the series was good enough for me when they first showed me the first episode. And when I found, the fact that he has to marry another girl, okay, I would be fine with the main character, actually going the Lelena route, but the author set it up to the point where Masaki is going through pain and she's going through so much pain. She loves the main character so much. And the fact that she knows she has to split up with the main character is, killing her even more. And she will go through so much pain if the main character, ends up falling for Lena and actually chooses her. So that's the only thing that really gets under my skin with this series. Now, if the author made it to where Masaki, she didn't really care as much as she did, I wouldn't feel so sorry for Masaki. I feel like, okay, maybe she can handle it, She can handle it, if the main character were to actually get with another girl. And another thing, this is another thing, because I know a lot of you keep bringing this up, and it is getting under my skin. It's so stupid. I don't know why all of you even bring this up. I see this in comments all the time. The way Masaki and the main character fell in love was stupid. They fell in love because of an eraser. All of you saying that, no, love is not freaking logical, okay? It is not logical. It don't matter how you fall in love with somebody. You can fall in love with somebody from looking at their shoe. You can look at their shoe and fall in love with them. You can look at, an earring they're wearing, and then you can say, oh, the earring looks nice on her. Oh, matter of fact, she looks nice. Like you might just start feeling, you might just grow feelings for that character, that person right there at that moment. You might get this feeling in your chest that, whenever you get around that person, your chest tightens up and you just fall in love with that person. Your love cannot be stopped, because a lot of the main, most of the time, the main characters, his feelings don't matter to the viewers, okay? But all I'm saying is there's possibly two things that can happen. I have a strong feeling that he might go for Masaki. The way the manga is looking, the way everything is being set up, I feel like he's actually going to go for Masaki, which is kind of unexpected. You would expect him to go for Lilina. I mean, look at Niseko and other series like that. It's always the second girl that's introduced and kind of steals the main character away from the girl who had him in the first place. It's always her who wins. And it's always like that Shitoge type of character who wins. Which I like Shitoge. I thought she was a pretty character, but personality wise, I think Onadara beat her in Nisekoi. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Say what you want, but in this series, I can't actually choose of which girl I like more. But I can say who I think the main character should be with more. And honestly, that person is Masaki because their romance is so much stronger. Masaki cares so much more about the main character, and that's who was with the main character in the beginning. And I feel like that's who you should be. You be with the person you love. You don't stop loving that person for another person because some government told you something otherwise. Love is not logical. You love who you love, and honestly, from that picture we seen, I feel like Masaki might end up with the main character. And if Lelena ends up with the main character, I'm gonna actually be surprised. And if he ends up with Lelena, the author better do it correctly because if not, it's gonna be rushed. He can't just end up with Lelena the way things are set up. Unless things are like rushed or the main character just neglects all his feelings for Masaki and her feelings for, her love growing for the main character, every day. If he neglects those feelings that she has, then I could see him, being with Lelena. But if that doesn't happen, this story is going to be so rushed. And it's going to be like Nisekoi. Nisekoi it had a rushed ending. I'm going to just throw that out right now. I feel like it was kind of rushed in a way. But this series, I honestly see it ending with the Masaki route. So yeah, I know a lot of you are probably some people might be salty with that. I mean, you can't really hate on Masaki's character. If you're hating on Masaki's character, so I honestly don't know what's wrong with you because Masaki is a beautiful character. She has a beautiful personality, which I wasn't too sure of at first, but now I am 100% sure her personality is very pure. She loves the main character, and she deserves to be with him because that's who she had first. You don't let somebody come and take your man, you know? That's just what I'm saying. Feel me? But yeah. Let me hear what you guys think about this. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with my theory or do you not? And that is all I have to say.